Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So this is my full first impressions video on the Sony Xperia Z3. Now I'm running mine on T-Mobile, but you can get it on, I think, all the carriers now. I'm not sure. I know you can get it on, no, Verizon and T-Mobile I think has it right now. I don't know about AT&T or Sprint. I don't think they have it. And there's an unlocked version, international version as well. But how do I feel about this device? Well, first thing I want to say is this is one of the most premium feeling devices I've ever had in hand. And this is coming from someone who really was disappointed with Sony, the Xperia line back in the day, because I had the worst experience with the Xperia Z. No disrespect to Xperia Z owners, but I thought it was a horrible device. Battery was bad. The speaker was this little spot here pretty much, except it was on the right side. And it was just bad. The quality, I just had a bad experience with it. Reception was bad. Tons of things I just didn't like about it. I love the overall look of the device, obviously, because it kind of looked like this, but it was a little squared and real rigid compared to this one. So Sony has completely redeemed themselves in my eyes with the Sony Xperia Z3. I could have gotten the Z1S and the Z2. I skipped over them though because I was still a little bitter about the Z. And if you don't know how I felt about that device, I'll give you a short clip of that video I did last year. What sucked the most is just the cameras are just garbage, man. I can't think of any other way to say it. The cameras are horrible. Both cameras are horrible. For this to be such a supposedly high-end camera, main complaint bad is this speaker over here. Horrible placement of a speaker. When you hold a device like this and you're playing some music, it's not, you can't hear your music. It's a wrap. Mainly what makes me hate this device so much is the camera, the speaker, and the battery. It sucks so bad, man. Within 24 hours of use, I think I charged the phone like 3 or 4 times, and that's pretty bad. If I had 4 hands, I'd give this phone 4 thumbs down. It sucks bad. Okay, so as you can see, I was pretty disappointed, to say the least. I didn't like the Z. But now, the Z3, after all this time of waiting, I gotta tell you, this is a very impressive device. The first thing I like about it, first of all, is this dedicated camera key. It should just be a default on nearly every device. Mobile devices, this should be the one. But another thing I like is live casting to YouTube. Very, very nice. So instead of doing it on my computer, I can just put this on my stand. It has a 20.7 megapixel camera with a wide aperture lens. So it's gonna give a great video for YouTube. Manual mode, I can go ahead and do a 20 megapixel camera or 20 megapixel photo. And that is super nice. I'm excited about that. And the 4K is really nice. I did a video on the 4K and I think you should check that out. I think it's super clear. If you have a 4K TV or a monitor, you'll enjoy it. So the camera, extremely impressive. The next thing that impressed me, because again, the Z had this little hole for a speaker and that was it. But with this being a water resistant device with front firing speakers, beautiful sound coming from this device. I actually tested it out. I mean, the water resistant thing is cool. I did it with the other Z that I had and that worked fine, but the speaker quality was just so bad. But with this one, I just put it up in the shower and blasted it and it was good. It was just perfectly fine. Everything worked good. Screen quality obviously is really nice and very impressive. But I think one of the things that is most impressive about this device is here. The power management. Wow, you talk about great battery life. I've been using this thing since this morning, really last night, but this morning I continued on, pounding it out, hitting it hard, and I'm extremely impressed. I mean, how could you not be impressed? They packed a 3100 milliamp battery in this little frame here, and wow, it's impressive. There's not much to say about it. It's extremely nice on the battery. And I have tons of different phones. I have a lot of phones with someone with great batteries. And this phone by far is hanging with the best of them. I'm curious to see how it's going to be against the Nexus 6, which I can't wait to get my hands on that. But Most of my iPhones have great battery, but this thing is just far beyond. It's unbelievable how nice this battery is. Build quality, screen, battery, camera is just phenomenal. I mean, the speakers, everything about this device I like. And I like that it has an SD card as well. It takes up to 128 gig. Just phenomenal. I mean, I don't know what else to say about it. It is just fantastic. Great device. So that's what I've been doing with it so far. I've done a little web browsing, a little bit of streaming. The speakers are really nice. And I bought the Sony headphones. Let me grab those real quick. So I had some people ask about the headphone quality on these headphones and how it sounds on the phone with the phone. And I got to tell you, if you have a Sony device, the Z3 is the one I'm using right now, and these headphones sound, it's amazing. It's amazing how good these sound with this device. I actually put these with my iPhone 6, and it didn't sound the same, obviously. But when I put in the headphones from the iPhone 6 with the iPhone 6, it sounded obviously pretty great. But I don't know how these sound just superior. They are phenomenal. So if you wanted a nice set of affordable headphones, these are $59 at retail, but I actually got them. I caught a sale on them. I posted on Google Plus. I got a sale on them. So, but if you can find them, I think they're actually worth $59 at the retail. You know, they're really nice. Really good set of headphones. People were asking me about the quality of the headphones. And there you go. Those, my first impressions with these headphones are, they're phenomenal. So how does this setup work so far for me? It works very well. I'm pretty impressed with it. So that's my first impressions on this the Sony Xperia Z3. And let's see how it works for me in the full review. We shall see. I'm pretty sure I should have a good run, but I'm not biased at all. So if I don't like something, I'm going to go ahead and tell you that I don't like it. But so far, this has been pretty much an amazing device. All right, stay tuned at the end of the video for a little bit of bonus footage. So I talked about build quality in the beginning of the video. And so when you think about build quality, people always think about the iPhone 5S, because, you know, honestly, the iPhone 5S has fantastic build quality. I mean, look at the curves on this thing. It's nice and compact, fantastic looking device. But, you know, everybody has their day. And I got to tell you, the Sony Xperia Z3, the build quality is much better than the iPhone 5S. I think finally, you know, there's a device out here that I think, you know, again, these are just my views. I think it's better than the 5S in a lot of ways. The rounded corners will feel a little bit better. The glass on front and back, it's obviously it's water resistant, so and waterproof. So, you know, you can dunk this in some water and, you know, take it right out. It's still good. I like the way the volume rocker and power button are positioned here, but this phone is small enough, but I have to do like this and then over here. So they kind of put everything in one location for you, and I think that's fantastic. SD card, SIM card, power button, volume button, and rocker and camera key is all on this side. Just need to charge it on that side and dock it there. But comparing it to speaker quality on the 5S, obviously is not as good as the Z3, because it has the front firing speakers and this just has a single speaker on the bottom. Granted, this one looks fantastic, but I think the Z3 looks a heck of a lot better. It's actually thinner too. If you saw there in the profile, you can see there it's a little bit thinner. I think this is 7.6 and this is 7.3, but since it's dark, I guess it just kind of looks even thinner. And real estate, obviously, you've got a 5.2-inch display against a little small 4-inch display. Feels fantastic. Movie content, videos, media, everything on here is going to be real nice. But, you know, not to say that the iPhone 5S has a horrible build quality. Just against this particular device, it doesn't stand a chance. So a little bonus footage for you comparing these devices. What about the iPhone 6, you say? Well, here it is. All right, looking at it up against the iPhone 6, I still think that the Z3 has better build quality. It just does. And let me call out what's better about it. On the Z3, you get a 5.2-inch display opposed to the 4.7-inch display on the iPhone 6. First thing, you get front-firing speakers opposed to the one speaker that's on the bottom of the iPhone 6. That's the second thing. Third thing is the controls for power, volume, camera are all on the right side of the Z3, which makes it easy to get to. And just having a dedicated camera key alone is that's just amazing. You can just hit that button, boom. You don't have to go in anything. And now the last comparison, well, not the last, but comparing these cameras, I gotta say, every iPhone that I've owned, the camera has basically taken down some of my other phones. But the Z3's camera far exceeds the iPhone 6. Let's put that on record. And I like the iPhone 6's camera, but the Z3 far exceeds. So not to drive this out too much, but build quality, again, this is just a little bit thinner. It's got the rounded corners, and they're actually packing in more in the Z3. You've got a much bigger screen, a lot more power, better speakers, better build quality, and the package is it's not even that much bigger than the iPhone 6. So I'll let you be the judge from here on out. I think this has better build quality than the 6. I've said that before. Anyway, I'm out of here, guys. J Will, subscribe, rate, comment, like. You know the drill. Take care.